So basically, just about a few weeks later, they've announced that Cotaland is going to get another coaster yet the next year after they're getting Palindrome. And that happens to be a Vekoma Tilt coaster coming to Cotaland next year, 2023. And there's nothing like it in the United States. And this is something that is first kind in the United States. So we're basically gonna talk about more details about this coaster because this is its first, and you know what? People are going to really love this. I mean, it's also a crowd pleaser. It scares the pants out of the general public, and this is similar to a dive coaster, but instead of you holding there, this has a tilt track, so you're gonna be like on the track and you're gonna be looking down. They're pretty much almost the same experience, except this one you're tilting downward. You're facing down, and you're basically uh, just going to do these crazy maneuvers after that tilt track. You're gonna first drop about 90 degrees. So basically, this is not going to be exactly like this one. This is just an example video. I mean, this is not exactly how Cotaland's tilt coaster is gonna look like. The track won't exactly look the same. So just pointing you guys out that this is not going to be exactly the ride for Cotaland. This will have completely the same layout, but as you can see, that a coaster like this will be very crazy. I mean, not exactly like this, but imagine a tilt track after the lift tail and you're looking down and you're going to these crazy maneuvers and these crazy inversions. I mean, just take a look at it. It's just very bizarre and crazy. So, you know, I don't know what you guys think about this, but it's absolutely nuts. And I can't wait to see this come in the United States and hear reviews. I absolutely won't ride it right away though, but I'm looking forward to riding it in the layout for the 2023 tilt coaster going to Cotaland, and this is exactly how it's gonna look like. And just to point out that actually I meant to say a few weeks ago they've announced that they're going to get a tilt coaster for 2023. I didn't mean to say a few years later. That was my mistake. But anyway, as you can tell, uh, yeah, it's not exactly the same as Gravity Max, and you can zoom in. You can really take a look at the track. This is like your typical track like Abyss at Energylandia and those Shockwave models and Let Coaster track. So this is pretty much the same as that track. So we wouldn't expect like what you see for Gravity Max. So this is exactly almost the same but different track. And the trains is not yet been revealed, probably because they want to announce that in IAPA. But we're gonna talk about the layout and everything and what to expect about this coaster opening next year, 2023, at Cotaland. Okay, so first off, I bet the lift hill is about, probably about 145 feet tall or something around that range. And then you'll turn around after the lift hill, and then it will stop you there after that turnaround for about maybe a few seconds, and the tilt track will start tilting you down, facing 90 degrees, facing the ground. So it'll hold you there for about a few seconds. It won't probably hold you there for too long, but maybe the same duration as the B&M dive coasters. And then after that, you're going to drive straight down about, I'd say about 90 degrees, straight down. And then what's cool about this is you're going to basically drop into a underground tunnel. Not really a tunnel, but like maybe an underground section. Kind of like what you see on B&M dive coasters or Kraken at SeaWorld Orlando once you enter that second loop. So that's what's gonna be like. And then after that, you're gonna go to this corked, seems to be this Outer Bank airtime hill moment. I'm not sure how it feels like, but it kind of feels like a non-inverting loop. And then you're gonna twist out, you're gonna turn around, and then you're gonna go to a barrel roll down drop, just like Twisted Timbers and Storm Chaser. Now, like I said, I haven't ridden those hybrids, so I can't give you the experience on how it exactly feels like, but that's it. There's going to be a barrel down drop, and then you're gonna go to an Immelman which will be exactly the same as Phoenix at 4 Up Summerland that probably just opened this year. They've become a new generation coaster. That ride looks crazy fun, according to the POV. But anyway, then you'll twist out basically. Then you will do some crazy ejector air. Then you'll do a bank turn, and you're gonna do these crazy S turn. You'll turn around underneath the structure of the tilt section track, or the tilt tower right here. Then you're gonna do a final inversion, which is a barrel roll, or yeah, as you can call it, maybe a heartline roll. Then you're gonna turn around, and then you'll proceed to a brake run. Seems to be quite fun and exhilarating. I know probably you guys will be thinking, oh, maybe this is a bit short, but you know what? This is the first kind. Maybe this is just a prototype for a tilt coaster for the United States, but who knows if there's going to be another one and another park wants to buy a model like this. Maybe you would see something longer than this. I mean, it doesn't have to be specifically a clone, but we could expect that there could be a longer version of a coaster like this. I mean, like I said before, this is the first kind in the United States, so of course they gotta test it out for a prototype and see how people love it, and then maybe if it's successful, other parks will buy them. So what to expect about this coaster is that it won't break down when it first opened, and I'm also hoping that maybe the colors will be a little bit different. I mean, this red and white looks really simple and common. So we probably might throw in some maybe blue supports or maybe a darker shade of red or something like that. But remember, this is just a rendering, so this is just to show the layout. But things can change. Look what happened to the monster at Gornaland. At first, it showed a red track with probably black or gray supports. I forgot, but then it didn't end up being red. It ended up being black as they build the B&M invert at Grönaland. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Grönaland, yeah, there in Sweden. Uh, but this could be possibly maybe just the layout, and things can change. We'll just have to wait and see. But like I said before, I'm expecting for a darker shade of red and blue supports for this coaster. And basically, it's called Circuit Breaker. I forgot to point that out. Uh, they probably chose that name because, of course, Cotaland is where they hold the biggest race champion, I think, in Austin, Texas. I don't know. Just look it up. You probably will find out. But I just know that it's going to Cotaland because of Palindrome that was announced this year, or I think that was last year that they announced Palindrome, and it's actually opening this year for Palindrome, and then yet they're building another roller coaster for next year. That is like crazy fun. Everybody will probably want to go to Cotaland for 2023 because of this. Now the trains, I'm expecting that this is going to run more than one train, of course, so they can speed up the operations, and of course, so they can load and unload riders quicker, because running more than one train can speed up the lines, because then once the first car is moving, then they can load the riders on the second train, and then they can let it go, and then the first train that just came from the course will unload them, and then they're ready to load the new riders. Then the lines can keep on moving. Now, just to point out that you can see little pathways right in the bottom of that barrel roll or hotline roll. This could possibly be the queue line for the ride, and throughout the bridge that you're gonna be walking underneath that underground drop off that tilt track. And then this is possibly, this one right here seems to be some kind of exit, I guess. I don't know, it's just kind of confusing. We'll just have to wait and see, but I can tell that this may be the queue, and this could be the exit. Then right here, I don't know what this is. Maybe this is just a little extended queue line, or maybe this is something for maybe a pass if you want to, you know, skip the lines, I'm guessing. But I don't think this is Six Flags. I'm sure this is not Six Flags. So probably this is not the extended line. I think this is just a little decoration here. They might put some theming in here, maybe a race car right here that will fit in with Circuit Breaker, maybe a NASCAR type of car where people can just see, and then right, that's gonna probably be in the middle, kind of similar to the Batmobile. That's what they're gonna do, but of course they have to put some fencing there so people will not, you know, climb and touch it, because the workers are going to be very upset. Meaning the ride operators and the ride assistants will get upset, and they might throw you out of the park if you keep on messing with that prop. Anyway, here's the line. So after you see that, what kind, whatever they're gonna theme theme it to and put some kind of prop there, you're gonna take a look at it, and then this is the line right here. So you're gonna keep following in line. I think you're going to go right past this double down drop, and then you'll turn around right right next to the Immelman, and then this is the line. This is where you enter, and then the exit. I'm not sure where the exit is. Pretty sure it might be somewhere over here. I'm not sure what software this is from, but I'm assuming that this is possibly No Limits 2. So yeah. So anyway, I'm expecting for a different color scheme. Maybe a darker shade of red and blue sports is what I'm expecting. And then the cars, I'm expecting for it to look like a race car, kind of like what they did to West Coast Racers. But instead of West Coast Customs, they could possibly theme it to NASCAR. And I can see something like that, some kind of racing NASCAR kind of vehicle. And then, I'm expecting it to run like maybe 5 cars. But according to the gates, it looks like it's gonna run at least, let's see, one, two, three, four, 4 or 5 cars. So I'm expecting for it to run at least 5 or 6, because they really need a bigger capacity, so they can accommodate more riders, and so they can speed up operations. So anyway, that's gonna include my overall details and possibly my expectations for this coaster. I'm hoping there's no gonna be any incidents right after it opened, but of course accidents still do happen. So always pray that this ride is gonna be okay to operate for a while, and hopefully no one's gonna fall off the ride. And sometimes the restraints malfunctions, so that causes an accident, and even the ride operators are trying to be careful, but they just don't know because we're just human beings. Well, like I said before, it looks like a really bizarre ride. I can't wait to see this in person in the near future, or not only in person in the near future, but I can't wait to see the reviews and the POVs of how this coaster will look like. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.